Good morning, and thank you for attending Police Headquarters. My name is Constable Carolyn DeClute, and we are here today for the TPS launch of Breastober. We will begin with our guest speaker, Mr. Lofts.
Thank you and good morning. 1 in 2 Canadians will be diagnosed with cancer in their lifetime. 1 in 2 Canadians. And 1 in 8 women will be diagnosed with breast cancer in their lifetime. These are frightening statistics, and at the Princess Margaret, one of the world's top 5 cancer centers, we're doing important work every day. So thank you for being here, and thank you for joining us. First of all, thank you to the Toronto Police Service for hosting us here today. And also, Chief Saunders is a good friend of Princess Margaret and to many, and we hope that he's doing well and coming along and will be back on the job very soon. We're here this morning to talk about an important initiative to raise awareness and funds for breast cancer research. And this year, we're launching our 2nd annual Breastober. This is a campaign to profile the amazing work of our doctors, researchers, clinicians, and surgeons at the Princess Margaret. You know, the 1 in 2 Canadians that will hear those words, "you have cancer," in their lifetime, they need to be hopeful, and they need real hope. At the Princess Margaret, we have 1,200 researchers that go to work every day doing research to change those frightening statistics and to allow patients who are diagnosed with cancer to live more full lives and live longer lives. Now, 10% of women who are diagnosed with cancer in Canada, breast cancer that is, will be treated at the Princess Margaret. We have a very, very large-scale cancer center with 73 cancer surgeons who do surgery every day, and we treat over 1,000 patients in total. Our breast cancer program includes an amazing team led by researcher Dr. Tak Mak, a team of clinicians and scientists who work at the Katuso Rapid Diagnostic Center, where individuals who are worried about breast cancer can get a rapid, one-day diagnosis and treatment plan for their cancer. So we are doing important work in survivorship, in genomic screening, and in early detection of breast cancer. As well, we have a leading breast cancer restoration program so that patients can elect to have their breast reconstructed and feel like they did prior to surgery. Our survivorship center and psychosocial program about treating the whole patient and their family. Now, more and more, through early detection and intervention, women and men with breast cancer are living longer and healthier lives after diagnosis and their treatment. Your support and the support of our community is making such a huge difference to the survivorship and quality of life. And so Breastober is a way for us to tell the world about the amazing work that's going on right here in Toronto. We're here at the Toronto Police Service headquarters in part because of a great leader, and that great leader is here today again with us. Frida Lockhead. We have come together with the Toronto Police as well as several other public service professionals to raise funds and awareness. As you look around, you'll see many of the guests here today are wearing the pink epaulets. This is awesome in terms of creating awareness for the program to support breast cancer. You will also hear about many of these partnerships as we move forward this morning. Now, I'd like to just take a moment to thank and introduce the following groups who are participating here today. Deputy Chief Shauna Coxon of the Toronto Police Service, Frank Ramagnana from the Toronto Firefighters, Chief Bill Anderson from Toronto Community Housing, Chris Sullivan from Paragon Security, Jody Leishman, Melissa Hatchie, and Kevin Sanjeri, also from Paragon Security. Ton Milne, one of our own from UHN Security. And we welcome Vanier and Maplehurst Correctional Services, Ontario Corrections, Hamilton Wentworth Detention Center, and Laurier University Security, who are participating but not able to join us in person here today. Special thanks to Constable Arthur Hanton for his leadership in bringing the Pink Epaulet program to the Princess Margaret and promoting it through the many public service groups that are here today. And it all started from a handmade pink ribbon and a very special lady who wanted to make a real difference. Please welcome Frida Lockhead, who has been a tremendous supporter through her Pink Ribbon campaign. Frida.
Good morning. Mr. Lofts, Deputy Chief Coxon, and distinguished guests, thank you for being here. You have cancer. 3 words no one ever wants to hear. But in 2010, after my first mammogram, I became that 1 in 8 statistic that Paul spoke about. I was diagnosed with breast cancer. I underwent all the necessary treatment, and when it returned a second time, I took some time to heal, both physically and emotionally. During this time of healing, I was struggling with the idea of reconstructive surgery, and in fact, it took me 3 years to decide. During a 6-week delay waiting for surgery, I took part in the Terry Fox Walk and saw a discarded pink ribbon on the ground. It was at that moment I decided to do something constructive and meaningful during the wait, and the idea for the Ribbon of Hope was born. After getting the necessary approval from former Chief Bill Blair, I began making my ribbons. To date, I have handmade well over 4,000 fabric ribbons, such as the one I am wearing today. In 2015, I retired from Toronto Police after 35 years, and because this service holds a very special place in my heart, I wanted to leave my own personal legacy. I set a goal to raise $25,000 so that the Ribbon of Hope and the Toronto Police Service could make it to the special events donor wall of recognition at Princess Margaret Cancer Centre. This would not have been possible had it not been for Court Officer Arthur Hanton, who brought the Pink Epaulette campaign to Toronto Police. We collaborated our efforts in order to try and reach that goal. Arthur, who is unable to be here today as it is his daughter's birthday, thank you so much for your thoughtfulness and generosity. The Pink Epaulettes have expanded to our friends at Toronto Fire, Toronto Community Housing, Paragon Security, UHN Security, Vanier Correctional Services, Ontario Corrections, Hamilton Wentworth, and Laurier University. Chief Saunders, thank you for your continued support and my heartfelt wishes for a speedy recovery to you and Stacy. I am thrilled to announce that through our collective efforts and with our partner agencies here today, as well as those that could not be here, the Ribbon of Hope has made it to the Wall of Recognition at Princess Margaret Cancer Centre. I personally cannot say enough about Princess Margaret and the care I received, and in particular, my surgeon, Dr. Tony Song, who left such a positive impact on me with her kindness and caring. I knew I wanted the funds to be directed to Princess Margaret Cancer Foundation to help support education and awareness, research, and finally, the breast restoration program to help women with cancer feel healthy again. I have brought ribbons with me today, and I encourage you to take one, and you can donate if you want, and proudly display it in support of someone you love that has struggled, is struggling, or has lost their struggle with this terrible disease. Thank you.
Frida, thank you. Thank you so much for your inspired words. And now I'd like to introduce Deputy Chief Shauna Coxon to say a few words.
Thank you, Paul. And I also want to say a special thank you to Frida for sharing your story. You're so brave. We're very proud of you. It's great to be here today to celebrate an amazing story of so many parties coming together for a common purpose to raise funds for something that affects so many of us, breast cancer. I would like to commend Special Constable Arthur Hanton for creating this campaign. Through Frida's guidance and Arthur's leadership, the Pink Ribbon campaign has expanded to include pink epaulettes, which you'll see so many of us wearing today. TPS epaulettes raised $35,000 in 2015 and $43,000 in 2016. And Arthur started this campaign to support breast cancer awareness because he wanted the Toronto Police Service to participate in a community initiative and thought that these pink epaulettes would be a perfect fit for his colleagues, and he was right. He has warmly welcomed and invited colleagues from Correctional Services locations, Paragon Security, University Health Network Security, and now this year, we are also welcoming Toronto Fire Services, Toronto Community Housing, Hamilton Wentworth Detention Center, and Laurier University. So I want to thank all of those who've supported the Pink Ribbon campaign. Thank you.
Thank you, Deputy Chief Coxon. Greatly appreciate it. Now I'd like to introduce firefighter Frank Ramignana. He's president of the Toronto Professional Firefighters Association, and some of you may have seen that incredible pink fire truck that's out front. Great work on behalf of the Toronto Firefighters Association. And Frank, would you step forward?
Thank you very much. We're very excited to be partnering up with Princess Margaret Hospital. We've had a long relationship, and we're glad that we can bring our campaign that we've been doing for the last 6 years on Pink and October. We do have our truck outside, appropriately named Maggie, and we'd like to take this opportunity to thank Toronto Fire Services. Deputy Chief Jessup is here for partnering with us in raising the needed funds. We have a committed committee run by James Coons, Dan Vieira, and Yolando Paratori, and we look forward to all the events that we have scheduled. Princess Margaret is keeping us busy. We will be everywhere in Toronto this month. You'll see the truck at Maple Leaf Square. You'll see it at various events. TFC, when they bring home the championship this year. Please stop at the truck, donate, but more important, it's Pink for the awareness. It's very visual, and the more that we can get the message out there, the more we can make people aware, the more that we can work together to find the ultimate cure for this. So thank you very much. Thank you for the police for hosting this event for us today, and we look forward to working with all our counterparts.
Thank you, Frank, and maybe the pink fire truck take it over to see the Leafs play, because they were on fire last night, I think, 7-2. Thank you so much to Toronto Fire Service for being here. And now I'd like to introduce Laura Cyron, who's going to give a little bit more information on Breastober. Laura.
Hi, everybody. I'm Laura Siren. I'm Vice President of Community Programs at the Princess Margaret Cancer Foundation. And first of all, on behalf of everyone at the foundation, we just want to say a huge thank you for helping us make Breastober. This is our second annual Breastober, as Paul said. And for us, this is about raising awareness and funds for everyone suffering breast cancer. I was just saying to Deputy Chief Coxon that I was doing a little video myself for Breastober this morning, and I started to list all the people I knew touched by breast cancer, and the list was really long. And so we all know somebody, and it's really important for us to keep generating awareness and funds for the tremendous program at Princess Margaret. So it's my job today to tell you a little bit else about what's happening in the month of October. There's lots going on. On October 1st, we launched a couple things. So first of all, we have the Kiss It Forward, hashtag Kiss It Forward campaign. And we'd love everyone to get a kiss on their cheek or give someone a kiss, take a photo of it, post it on Twitter, post it on Facebook, Instagram, and challenge 3 people to also kiss it forward. So if you go on, you'll see my very funny video this morning, but would love everyone to kiss it forward. We also have a Most Kissed competition. So if you're into that, you can put a Facebook page up, put a personal page up and challenge people to send you kisses, which is really donations. And the person with the most donations and the most kisses at the end of the month will win some terrific prizes. You've also heard we have the fire truck everywhere. Thank you to the firefighters for that. And there's a complete map and listing on our Breastober website, so where you can see that. We also have a number of fun things happening in October at some smaller businesses. So we have Jean Lottie's shop in Yorkdale is having a pink party on October 21st. We have a salon in Georgetown. This is the name, Blow Dries for Boobs, at their salon on October 14th. So just keep your eye out for all these events happening. We also have some fundraising programs this year at Guelph and Laurier, so that's terrific if we're getting the university students involved. And then a little bit later in November, we have 2 big events, a fashion show with a New York designer coming up for that called Margaret and George, and a Sealed with a Kiss party. And all the proceeds from those 2 large events will be going to to Breastober as well, so, and to the breast restoration program. So on behalf of Princess Margaret, we hope you find some way, including with the epaulets, but beyond that, if you want to kiss it forward or be the most kissed, we hope you will join us and help raise as much money as we can for breast cancer. And back to Paul for our wrap-up.
Thanks, Laura. So we're here to create awareness, to do fundraising for the breast cancer cause. Many of us, just about all of us, have a personal story about a family member, a friend, a coworker who's been diagnosed with cancer. Sadly, many of us also have a breast cancer story. My work at Princess Margaret began in 2002 after my mom died of breast cancer. We're all personally touched. Taking action like we see here today from all of you leaders in the community, something that we're incredibly grateful for. So thank you all for coming out today. Thank you to the Toronto Police Service for hosting us today. And many thanks, and let's make this the most successful Breastober we've ever had. Thanks, everyone.